Hi, it's time for another Affinity photo tutorial. Today we're going to be creating a modern logo using shapes and Booleans. And this is kind of what we're going to be creating right here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of everything here except for the background layer, because I'm not going to rebuild the background layer for you. Turn all that off for right now. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to bring in some guides so that we can have everything centered the way we want it. So I'm going to drag in from the side here using the move tool, and I have snapping turned on, so I'm going to put a guide right in the middle there. We're using a 1920 by 1080 canvas, and we'll bring in another one there. It snaps into place. So this is the exact center of the document here. So the first thing we're going to do is create our graphic. Let's pick a color that we can see pretty easily, like this green. And we're going to come over to our shapes and we're going to grab an ellipse. So I'm going to hold the shift tool and drag out an ellipse, pretty good size one. And then we're going to go ahead and move that into the center, so it's locked in place. And then we're going to go ahead and duplicate this. So we're going to go Command J, and let's change the color on this one so we can differentiate between the two. We'll make this like a blue. And we're going to drag that over to the right. And we're also going to resize it a little bit. And this is what we're going to use to cut out our bottom shape. So I want this circle here to slightly go past the left side of the circle underneath, because I want that opening there. So now, since the green circle is underneath and the blue circle is on top, if we select those like this and go to Layer, Geometry, and Subtract, that's going to give us this crescent shape. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in a little more detail on this. So let's zoom in a little bit here. And let's go ahead and grab a rectangle shape. Let's come up here to the top, right around the center, middle of our document. And we're going to drag out a rectangle. And it really doesn't matter. You can make it as wide or as tall as you want. You want it to cut into the crescent. And then while we have it here, we're going to grab the move tool and we're going to make sure that it is centered left to right. So it's exactly on the center axis there. Now we want to duplicate this, but before we do, we want to be able to duplicate it around the center of our document. So right now, if we were to rotate it, it's rotating up here. So we'll get back out of that. But if we come up here and select this tool right here, which is the Enable Transform Origin, and turn that on, you should be able to see a little blue circle right in the middle of our rectangle. So if we put our mouse over it and turn it into this 4-pointer, we can drag that down and snap it right to the center of our document. So now if we rotate this, you'll see that it rotates around the center of the document. I'll Command Z that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and duplicate this. Command J, and we will rotate it, the copy, 30 degrees, and you'll see why in a second here. So we'll go to 30 degrees exactly. And now, using the power duplicate feature of Affinity Photo, if we hit Command J again, it will create another layer copy and move it another 30 degrees. So we'll go Command J, Command J, Command J, Command J, and Command J. So now we've covered half of our, well, we've got 180 degrees worth of rectangles. So now what we're going to do is deselect everything real quick. We want to subtract these from our crescent. So let's select our crescent over here, in the layer panel, and then we'll hold Command, and we'll click all these other rectangles here. And we're going to do the same thing that we just did before. We're going to come to Layer, Geometry, and Subtract. So now you can see we've created this kind of a gear-looking thingy here, and we want to duplicate this, but we want to duplicate it around its center. So we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to make sure that the Enable Transform Origin is selected, and we're going to take that origin point and drag it to the center again so it snaps into the center. And now, even though the control axis is up here, this is the rotation point. So let's duplicate this. We'll go Command J. And now if we take and rotate this copy, we'll hold Shift and we'll do it 180 degrees. Okay, it's done it exactly from the center of the document. So now what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and scale this down a little bit, and it's going to scale down around that center point. So hold Option, scale it down a little bit, and then we can drag up and make sure it's on its center. Let's scale it down a little bit more. And again, we can move it up so it is centered. And we kind of want to make it look like it's continuing the circle around there. So now the next thing we want to do is merge these two layers together. So we will group those and then rasterize and trim that. So now we've got one layer with this graphic on it. So let's go ahead and give this some color and texture and dimension. We're going to come to Layer Effects. And the first thing we're going to do is go with a gradient overlay. And we're going to keep this pretty simple. We're going to go from a dark gray, pretty dark gray. And we'll insert another swatch in the middle, leave it lighter gray, and come to the last one. And we'll make that one a pretty dark gray as well. Same thing, just like that. And to make this look a little more metallic, we can take the noise feature and turn it up on each of the swatches. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll change the angle so the gradient goes from top to bottom. All right, next thing we want to do is we want to give it a bevel. So we'll come over to Bevel and Emboss. We'll make sure it's an inner. And we don't want a whole bunch for this, like maybe like 2.5 pixels looks like pretty good there. And the last thing we'll do is we'll give it a little bit of an outline. So come over to Outline. We'll make the color a pretty dark gray as well. And we'll bring the radius up to 1. So now what we want to do, we're going to put our text in. Let's come over here to the Artistic Text tool, and we'll grab just, like again, a color that we can see pretty easily. I'm using a font called Gotham here, pretty chunky font. And I'm just going to type in my last name here. And then we'll take and drag that and center it. And then what we can do is kind of drag it in a little bit from the side. So if I hold Command and Option and grab the side handle, I can bring it in on both sides evenly. All right, let's come back down to our graphic in the background. And what we're going to do here to give it some more depth is I've created a macro called 3D. And what it does is it creates 10 copies of a layer and moves each layer down 2 pixels in Y space. So if we hit that right now, you can see we've given it some depth. That's looking not too bad. I think it's a little deep for what we want here. So I'm going to get rid of a few of these bottom layers. So I'll grab the bottom 5 and we'll just go ahead and delete those. Okay, what I want to do next now is I want to get rid of some of the graphic so that the letters sit in the space. So I am going to come up to this pixel layer right here, and I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to come just above where the C is, and I'm going to click and drag so that we get rid of that. And now with this layer selected, I'm going to hit Delete, then come down to the next layer, Delete, next layer, Delete, 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 and Delete. So now you see we've created this space in between our text, and we'll hit Command D to exit that. So now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit more drop shadow to the graphic. So I'm going to take this very last bottommost layer of the graphic itself, go to our layer effects, and I'm going to turn off Bevel and Emboss, Outline, and Gradient Overlay. And I'm just going to make sure the color overlay is turned on and that it's black. And now I'm going to move that down about 5 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6. And then I'm going to add a Gaussian blur to that, just enough to give it a little relief. Tell you what, for right now I'm going to get and group these layers so we don't get confused. So now we can get rid of these guides. They're kind of distracting right now. So now what we want to do is we want to stylize our text. So we'll come over to our text, go to Layer Effects. We're going to do kind of the same thing to this that we did to the logo itself. Let's come out with a gradient overlay. And very quickly we'll go dark gray, noise, insert, light gray, noise, and then we'll come to the last one, dark gray again, and noise. And we will change the angle on this to vertical as well. And we can give this a little bit of an outline. Keep it black for right now. Let's give it about a pixel. And we can also give it a little bit of a bevel and emboss. Not a whole bunch on this. We'll go inner, and we'll bring the radius way down to like 0.8. That's looking good right about there. Okay, so now it is still a little bit big for this. We can resize it here if we want. And then we'll bring in our industries. So I'll grab the artistic text tool again, come down here, drag out some lettering, center that up, and then we're just going to grab this layer effects from here and drop it right onto that so it matches. And the last thing we're going to do is bring back our background. So we've got a pixel layer, and I've got some noise on there as well. And really, I think what I want to do here is add a little bit of motion blur. So we'll add some motion blur there. We'll make sure that it is going horizontally. Bring that up to about 10 pixels or so. We'll make sure we have preserve alpha turned on. Good. I think the only other thing we need to do to this is maybe change the color of the background a little bit. So we'll grab that pixel layer, come up and add a recolor. And let's make the color on that kind of like a bluish metallic-y. Bring the darkness down a little bit. And to pop our logo off the background a little bit, let's add in a blank pixel layer. And we're going to select white as our color. Grab our brush tool. Come right here into the middle. Let's bring the size down just a little bit and just pop it once. And then we'll get our move tool. If we grab onto the side handle and hold on to Command and Option, we can drag it out uniformly like that. That's not looking too bad, but the only thing I would do here is maybe add some more shadow into the name here. So we'll go to this layer, and I'm going to do it the way I did it with the other layer. I'm going to just duplicate this Coretti, Command J. I'm going to the layer effects of the bottom one. I'm going to turn off bevel and emboss and outline and gradient overlay and just make sure color overlay is chosen. It's black. I'm going to move it down a few pixels, and then I will add a Gaussian blur to that as well. And there you have it. You know, your imagination is the limit with shapes. You can go ahead and add, subtract, intersect, but you can come up with some really interesting shapes, and it's a nice way to create a modern logo. Anyway, I hope you liked this. If you did, please hit the like button or think about subscribing. And until next time, peace. Talk to you later. Bye.